out there. There are all these false gods. But you know what? The God of the Bible is unique. The God of the Bible is special. And deep down, people know He's the true God.
I could go with the epistemological route with this, but I don't care how anyone knows. Why do you want the God of the Bible to be the one true God? You also assert God is unique and special. How are those valid reasons to worship the Christian God? The Bible God is different from Allah? I don't know. I would actually take the Quran over the Bible. Allah is more vicious. That's what you Christians like about God, right?
He's the real God. Okay, that's why atheists, you don't see atheists just freaking out about Hinduism all the time. Right? You know, like for example, somebody sent me this, somebody texted me this video of some guy, Reagan, where he's trying to raise money for this thing called the Freedom From Religion Foundation. Just some kind of a charity for shutting down religion in schools or government, just making sure that Jesus isn't mentioned, that the Bible's not mentioned. So it's just this atheist, godless thing. And then at the very end of the video, he's like, oh, and by the way, I'm not scared of going to hell for all eternity.
The amazing atheist has already pointed out that Ron was calm when he said he doesn't fear hell, while there was no body language or tone that suggested Ron is afraid. Which means that's a straw man on this preacher's part. My questions here are, why do you approve of hell, if it is a place to fear? Why do you approve of God, having created this place? As for other gods, why do you point your finger at atheists, and not people of a different faith, Mr. Preacher?
That's what he literally said. You saw, right? Did anybody else see it except me and him? Hey, I'm glad we've seen this, but basically, he literally, at the end, just, oh, and by the way, I'm not scared of going to hell. Why say that?
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's true.
You know why? Because he is scared.
Yeah.
TJ has already pointed this out already, but I have a different approach, which is why I'm taking this shit on. Ron's fear, as you push that straw man, has nothing to do with hell being the main selling point of Christianity. While Ron did bring hell up, why do you need to use hell to smear Ron to your audience, instead of focusing on God's unique and special traits, Stephen? I mean, would you turn to God even if this God had not created hell?
I'm not scared of heights. No, I'm not. I'm not scared of the dark. No, not at all. I'm not scared of the boogeyman. There's an infinite number.
Real fucking mature, Stephen. Even if Ron really is afraid of hell, you're mocking him for fearing something God created, as you believe. The unique and special God? If hell isn't anything to fear, as you cringingly mock Ron like a 12-year-old, using the dark, heights, and the boogeyman, what's to be saved from?
Of things for you not to be scared of. Why bring that up? Oh, I'm not scared of going to hell. But isn't it interesting he didn't say, well, I'm not scared of being reincarnated as something stupid?
Right.
What does reincarnation have to do with Christianity? I'll take reincarnation on anyway. I do fear reincarnation if it is a reality. Why? Because I didn't ask for this fucking life. And the idea of coming back to this psycho world, including people like you, Stephen, and Dangerous Planet, scares me. Are you going to mock me for that?
You know what I mean? All of the atheists' anger is directed at Christianity.
Odd. You Christians usually strawman atheists for being angry at, blaming, and hating God. You and your audience laugh at that comment, yet your sermon has mostly been about Ron, an atheist, in this excerpt. Ever wonder why atheists are angry at Christianity, Stephen? Christians often tend to get angry when atheists mock their beliefs, argue with them, criticize God, which they perceive as insults. But you guys are allowed to laugh at us. But then call us demons, truth haters, tell us we're broken and need Jesus. Why is that, Stephen?
Right? Why did he say, well, I'm not afraid of coming back as whatever scummy, person who's born in like the worst part of India in some dirty slum or something, or coming back as some unsavory animal or something, right? No, he brings out hell. And look, he's not thinking about Islam. He's not thinking about Hinduism. He's not thinking about Buddhism. He's not thinking about Scientology or something. You know, I don't care about all the Thetans or whatever. You know, he's basically saying, look, I'm not scared of going to the hell of the New Testament. That's what he's talking about.
Doesn't sound like you're very confident that God will send Ron to hell, as you carry on about him, criticizing him for not talking about other religions, and really hammering his comment of not fearing hell. I don't hear you criticizing or laughing at other religions.
What's on his mind? Jesus Christ is where his anger is directed. And I think people know that, you know, the gods of the heathen or idols, the God of the Hebrews, Jehovah God, even back then in the Old Testament, had a reputation. The preaching is going to be different than the priests of Dagon or whatever. Okay, God's word has power. It always has. And so...
Okay, so why pick on Ron then, or atheists in general? This sermon you're delivering is not a convincing display that God's word is power. Hell wouldn't be necessary if God's word is power.